It's just like a Thunderbird. It flies just like a Thunderbird.
There's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
You've heard it, I've heard it, everyone's said it. The Thunderbird is another one of those discs that every company tries to copy, tries to make. Some do it, I won't lie, some fail. But the slightly stable 9-speed is a slot of disc that I think everyone needs in their bag. Whether it be forehand or backhand. It's just one of those discs that I think when you learn to control them, you can get the distance of a distance driver, but the control of the fairway. It's one of the most useful discs in the bag, in my opinion. I personally bag the Thunderbird, and I have a decent little lineup. And today we're gonna be looking at the ThoughtSpace Coalesce. In my mind, one of the closest competitors to the Thunderbird. They're not super overstable. They kind of fit that hyzer flip up forehand that I love to throw. So here it is, the ThoughtSpace Coalesce. Very much in that Thunderbird, Firebird-ish realm for the wing. And real quick, once again, I want to give another shout out to my guy JJ, who sent over the Temple as well, sent over this Coalesce, and he also sent one more disc that I might do a video on later on. But the Coalesce, this one, he did warn me. He said, oh God, we're a little close. He said, it's ugly. And he wasn't lying. But the Coalesce was one of those discs where when all the players this offseason started signing with ThoughtSpace, they would talk about it. They'd be like, oh, I'm really excited for this disc. And that got me even more excited, you know? And then they dropped. I never actually got my hands on one because at the time, I had just this beautiful lineup of Thunderbirds. So just based on the look of the wing, it's gonna be the closest one to, I don't know what year this Big Germ Thunderbird is, but this Thundy is very flat. Same with this Coalesce. Very similar wing, but this one I would say is a little more like Firebird-ish, I guess. This one's a little more rounded on the top. I also have a 3-time P McB one here. This is like the domiest one. This white one is also an older one. Nice star. And then my actual go-to is this Pro Thunderbird. So at the time, I kind of like scoured the internet. I found a couple videos out there on the Coalesce, but unfortunately, and this is no hate to them, but the videos I found, they were like lower level amateurs who were gonna be using this disc for more of like just a chip, like overstable disc. So it didn't really give me like a real feel of how the Coalesce was gonna fly. I also think that was the prototype, so I don't know if they've changed since then. But either way, I'm really excited to try it out. We're gonna go first comparison. We're gonna go Big Germ, and then the Coalesce on a forehand line. Just kind of give it some air, see how it flies. Oh, damn. I didn't think it'd go that far, to be honest. Probably not the best shot. We're gonna go Pro Thundy here also. Oh, see that shot right there? That's what I use a Thundy for. Coalesce. Oh, baby. That is nice. So just based on like the first couple throws here, that thing flew exactly like a Thunderbird. So the Thunderbird is a disc that I love, I personally love, but I'm not gonna be as like diehard about it as the Firebird. Like, could I bag the Coalesce in its place? Probably. But right now I have a beautiful lineup of Thunderbirds, so why change it? And I guess I just think it's kind of funny because like every time a new company releases their like Thunderbird, everyone goes, oh yeah, it flies just like a Thunderbird, it feels just like a Thunderbird. And in my mind, I'm like, well then just throw a Thunderbird. Well, I guess they're basically identical because Coalesce, Thundy. As I've said in videos before, I like ThoughtSpace. I like everything they're doing. I like their designs. I like most of their discs. They all fly nice. They feel great. But it's kind of the type of thing where I've thrown Innova for a long time. I'm an Innova guy, okay? And the ThoughtSpace stuff, as good as it is, and as good as they have things that compete with the Innova molds that I throw, I just don't ever really find myself taking out the Innova molds to bag the ThoughtSpace stuff. If you've been here on the channel for a while, you probably know that back in Nashville, I did bag the Votum for a little bit. I've come upon some nice Eagles since then, and so far the Eagles and the FD1 and the FD kind of fill up my fairway slot. 351, gonna pop them flat, see how they fly. Oh my, that almost went in. So for me, I'm definitely more of a Thunderbird forehand shit. forehand guy, but I have been dialing in that Pro Thundy on dead straight like laser beams as of late on the backhand, and I'm really starting to become more of like a forehand and backhand guy with them. Oh God, threw that like a bitch. Big germ Thundy, which I feel is the most similar flight. Damn! Might as well throw the Pro also. Peach? Fucking hot out here, guys. I'm sweating my balls off. What do you guys think? Have you thrown the coalesce? I know the Thomas Gilbert Tour Series coalesce dropped, and it kind of seemed like, I don't know, it dropped. I thought it was gonna be a little more like people were gonna be getting them. I was gonna be seeing stuff about them. I didn't really see anything. The only video I saw was like Bonanza was throwing them, but I don't even know if he did like an actual video on it. And I didn't see anything else. Not that I was necessarily looking, but I feel like that was a disc that had a lot of build up. Maybe that's just in my mind because I saw it early and I wanted to get one. But what do you think? All right, we're gonna see how these things fly in like a full hyzer flip up rip. I'm gonna throw 2 Thundies in the coalesce. We're gonna go white star Thundy first. Beauty, just a pure hyzer, not much to it. Same thing, pretty much exactly the coalesce. Shit, that might go in the beans. So the coalesce, I definitely released like a little more left out the gate, but to be honest, they're very, very similar. I would argue that if I was gonna throw like one forehand, I think the coalesce feels better in the hand forehand. It's a little more like Firebird-ish on the feel, a little flatter than the Thunderbird in my opinion. So they all went the exact same distance on the throw. Like I said, the coalesce, so I just kind of released it like shit. But when you put them on that pure hyzer, they kind of push nice and left. They don't just dump. But good flyers. A couple more tosses here. We're gonna try and pipe some forehands between these 2 trees. 350. This is about where I'd probably be throwing the Thundy. Pretty good. Way too much hyzer, but still pretty good. Oh God. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted more. A little lower release. And then the coalesce. Oh, yeah. Beauty. Slide up Peach. So overall, I'd say the coalesce definitely competes very well in that Thunderbird spot. The only thing that would maybe keep me from buying them is I feel like the Thunderbird is one of the most found discs in used bins. Like if you want to go get a Champ Thunderbird, go to your local used bin, guarantee there's one in there. Whereas the ThoughtSpace stuff, probably like 20 bucks a disc. Hell yeah. Well guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed a little overview of that, you know, slightly overstable 9-speed, the ThoughtSpace coalesce. Honestly, beauty of a driver, love the feel of it. Probably not gonna knock my Thundies out of the bag, but just another like fun little comparison, throwing like one of my favorite slots of discs, which I always love to do. Toss some flip up sidearms. You know, as always, thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.